Rebecca. Thanks for stumbling onto the channel. As you can tell from the title on the bottom of this video, this is to talk about a few things that I personally think that you should think about before you start purchasing luxury handbags. This is dealing with handbags only on this video. I have only been doing luxury handbags since 2014 or 2015, so not a long time. What is that, 7 years? You can see them behind me. And watching some videos, there was 2 videos, and now that I'm saying 2 videos, I wish I remember who had done these 2 videos because I would like to give them a shout out. But they had a video about before you buy luxury, or things I wish I knew before I bought luxury, and they had some really good points. But I thought of, for me personally, some points that no one has actually said on a video before. So let's go through these, okay? I'm not going to take a long time, but I think these are warrant enough to make this video and make it known out there into the world. So these are my 10 things that I wrote down off the top of my head pretty quickly on things that I wish that I had known or thought about more of before I bought into luxury handbags. And the first one is, of course, money. These things are not cheap. We can put our goods in any kind of bag. It can even be a sack. It does not have to be a luxury brand name leather handbag. So money is a big one. I mean, what else could I have spent that money on? A vacation, something for the home. It just makes your mind turn, So the second thing would be, after you made this purchase, for me, I have a remorse time after I purchase something and it's in my hands. I have butterflies. I think, why did I buy that? Did I really, really love it so much that I gave up this money to purchase that? So I have remorse after I make a purchase when it comes to luxury handbags. It takes me a few days for that feeling to go away. There's been 2 handbags I can think of off the top of my head that I returned. After they were in my hands, nope. I didn't love it enough for the money and weigh the 2 out, that those 2 handbags that I can think of in my brain, for sure 2 of them, they were returned. The third thing, do you feel comfortable carrying a luxury name brand leather handbag out there? I'm saying leather because all of mine are leather, but I mean, Prada has a lot of vinyl handbags. I mean, that's not even leather, and you're paying some premium money for Prada bags that are vinyl. So, do you feel comfortable carrying these handbags around? Taking them to a grocery store. If you went to a high school ball game, do you feel comfortable carrying this? Safety-wise, or what type of town do you live in? I lived in a larger town all my life, and seeing luxury handbags frequently, it wasn't something shocking when you saw one, put it that way. I have since moved to a much smaller community and do not see luxury brand name leather handbags being carried around this particular town. So you got to weigh that out too. You're spending all this money. Are you going to be comfortable carrying this handbag around on the daily? Or are you only going to carry it on special occasions, on an anniversary or out to a nice dinner? Is it going to sit on a shelf collecting dust? I hope not. You might as well put the $4,000 of cash sitting on the shelf and let the money turn into, have dust on it instead of your luxury handbags here. I'm pointing. Now, every single one of my handbags are pre-loved. They are not new. I've not purchased one single brand new handbag from like the store. I go on the hunt and I find handbags that are discounted, have flaws, and so I can save a little bit of money. But this video is talking about 10 things that I wish I'd known before I started purchasing these luxury handbags. Number 4, storage. How are you going to store them? Some of these handbags 7-8 years ago, I had to actually look on videos when I first got handbags, and I was watching a lot of handbag videos on how do you store them, making sure that if it's a leather handbag that has a chain, like this red Chanel bag, making sure it's not sitting on the chain. I mean, there's a lot of things to think about when you're not using that bag. How are you going to store that bag? Number 5 is maintenance. These bags, if you're not using them on a rotation, they will get dusty. You need to take them off the shelf, check everything, wipe them down. Again, figuring out if they're being stored properly, if they're not sitting on something to put an indent on the bottom. So there's maintenance that comes with this type of luxury world. Do you have the time for that? Are you the type of person that will just ignore that? It's something that needs to be done. If you live in a climate that has humidity, you definitely want to check out your handbags that are leather. They could grow mold if you're living in a high humidity type atmosphere. So these are things to think about before you go in and buy a luxury handbag. To think about. Different things to think about. Insurance. Home insurance is here in America. Does not cover luxury handbags like this. You can get umbrella policies from different places that have coverages just to cover luxury handbags. But your home insurance, if your house was to burn down, they just give you a lump sum for the contents that's in your house. It does not cover per bag, and you know that these brand names, all of them are in different categories of money. So you got to think about insurance. Do you want to have insurance covering that in case something happened to your house? Just things to think about. Chairs, and when you're taking it out to a dinner. None of these handbags sit on the floor. So I have little bag hooks that sit on the side of the table, and your bag sits there and hangs from that, or it sits in its own chair. But if we're in a dinner of 4 people and there's only 4 chairs, definitely going to set that bag on the corner of that table and have it hang. Those are very inexpensive. You can find them anywhere in your town, or you can just buy them off of Amazon. But you need to think about the bags. Where is it going to sit when it's not on you? When you're driving in the car, it's going to sit in the seat next to you, not on the floorboard. Restaurants, when I'm shopping at a grocery store, it stays on me, either on my arm or on my shoulder. I never put it inside the wire carts. Some people call them buggies. We call them shopping carts where I'm from. So it never sits inside there. And you got to think about, is something going to spill on it if you're on an airplane? Water, is it underneath the seat and the person in front of you is drinking a Coke? That type of thing. And then in a restaurant, I mean, God forbid a glass of red wine goes down on your bag. I mean, nightmare. So think about that. I'm up to number 8, peer pressure. So if the internet was never invented, I would, me personally, would never have purchased one of these bags. I know it. I never fell in love with these brands until I started watching things on the internet. Then I became in love with certain brands. But if the internet wasn't around, I wouldn't be driving down to a mall somewhere and walking into Louis Vuitton or a Chanel boutique, like in the back of, where did I see one recently? Neiman Marcus has a Chanel little boutique, very small little corner. Nope, I would never have walked into any of those and purchased these bags. And again, I already told you at the beginning of this video, these are all pre-loved. The hunt for the bag. So no, I would not go into a store and buy them brand new. So peer pressure, like wanting them because I see other people on the internet having these bags. That's not a good reason to really get started in the luxury world. So think about that. I'm on number 9. When will you be happy? There's a video I made 4 or 5 years ago about purchasing my very first Chanel. And I have a warning on that video. Because once you spend that kind of money one time, the next year, you're going to buy another one. It's not as hard to make the second purchase as it is that very first one. So think about how many before you're happy and bag satisfied. 2, 5, 10. I have sold a few of mine. If you go back to any of my older videos, there's a lot more more handbags. But to buy the house that we're in now and to retire early, I sold a bunch of bags so that we could pay for the move, etc., and living here. Number 10. If I was to pass away and I die, will my family members know how to get the money back from these bags? Do they know where to go sell pre-loved luxury handbags? Do I have that written down for them to at least give them ideas of where they could go to sell these? This isn't something you're going to take down and try to sell on your own. Well, I guess they could, but that's a little bit dangerous. Nor would they get probably the correct money, but you know, Real and or Just Around the Corner and Fashion File. Different places here in America has quite a few different consignment shops that you can just sell these bags to. But if I was to pass away, does my family know how much they should be asking or getting for any of these pre-loved bags? So think about that too. If you were to pass away, would your family members know how to get that money? So those are my 10 that came to me very quickly that I jotted down here on paper that I wanted to do a quick video to discuss what my personal 10 things that I think I should have known before I purchased, and money, and definitely remorse. When I do buy this, it does give me butterflies and it takes me a moment, maybe a day or two, before I'm more relaxed after making a big purchase like that. Because I could have spent that money on something else. So, thanks for watching, you guys. Maybe you come up with some different ones than I have thought of. But if you punch in on YouTube, things I wish I knew before this topic or that topic, you'll come up with some different videos of people that have done videos similar to this. But those are my 10, and I want to thank you for watching. And down there on the corner of this video, there is a small little red subscribe button that's here inside the video screen. And then down by my name, YouTube has changed that button for subscribing to black. And I'd be most happy if you would click that subscribe button. It's absolutely free. It doesn't cost anything. And what in the world nowadays costs $0 for fun entertainment? Not a lot of things. You can't go to like Universal Studios Six Flags, you know, your local zoo, different places like that. They all cost money. But here on YouTube, it is still free. So click that button. That would be great. Leave a comment. Let me know if you thought of a different one that rings true to you about luxury handbags and things that you wish that you'd known. Let's share them back and forth. That would be great. Thanks for watching. See you guys later.